Hey guys, so today this is my first video journal entry. I think um, I'm doing this because I came to a few really important realizations about my trading, and I want to share them with you. Um, Also, today is Monday, 8/24/26. No trades for me today. Decided to sleep in and take the day kind of slow. So let's just kind of start off with my trading mindset that hasn't brought me success. It had brought me short-term success, but not consistent profitability. Something that every trader strives to achieve. So, what gave me this, you know, short-term satisfaction? So, my trading, I think, before, honestly, my whole trading journey has kind of just been me trying to force money out the market, making trades that I want to work because I'm delusional and think that I'm always right, and I want money so bad that, all these factors go into making bad decisions. I'm sure everyone can relate to this if you are actively trying to steal money, make money from these markets that you have no control over the price, and you're just trying to find patterns and just pick your little pool out of, ride the wave for a little bit. But me, it's like, okay, I can't relate this to surfing actually. So, my trading has kind of been like, okay, you see a wave, you don't know if it's good, but like, oh, I could catch this wave for sure. And like, you've been waiting out in the lineup for a while, you know. Um, there hasn't been a set in like the past 10 minutes. And then you finally see a wave that looks decent enough that you can stand up on. And boom, you go for it. You catch the wave. Maybe you don't even stand up on it because there's not enough power behind it. Maybe you do catch it, you stand up, and it's just a short lasting, it's nothing. It doesn't really like, it doesn't even like peel. It doesn't go left or right. It closes out. Maybe it does go left, but there's no power, so you bog and you can't make it around the turn, whatever. But you're done with that wave. You turn around, and then the actual set comes through, and then you're stuck paddling for 40 minutes, just getting pummeled by these set waves because or at least this has happened to me, because I jumped the gun earlier, trying to just catch whatever opportunity I could get as fast as I possibly could. Trying to force this wave to be good, even though it really isn't. You want it to be good, so you go on it and hope for the best. But hope and feeling aren't going to get you anywhere. Rather, you have to allow. Okay, now we're back to trading. Okay, that's an example of my short-term success. Also, I say short-term success because you did catch the wave, you did ride it. It's fun. You surfed, okay, but you missed out on the better ones, right? So, I caught these short-term trades. I was forcing money out the market. I got a few payouts, passed a few accounts, but it never really seemed to continuously like keep working, right? So back to trading again. You have to realize first, we have to talk about how money comes and goes to people. Money is just a form of exchange between humans, that determines, I guess you could say, your worth. Even the potential of you living your, you can even scale, depending on the person, the happiness of your life based on this paper. But it's not just paper, it's effort, it's time, it's all these things. It doesn't come easy, and it's designed that way on purpose, so people can keep living their lives and keep working for something every day, and have meaning in their life. But you have to realize that every day you attract things with your thoughts. So, for example, I can attract people into my life by hoping for something to happen, and that's happened to me many times. I'm not going to get into specific details, but it happens all the time. And you're on the right track when you notice synchronicity. Maybe I can talk about that later, but the point is, your thoughts create tunnels to which things can flow to you. Your thoughts determine everything in your life. Your thoughts project into your physical reality. Your thoughts can make or break your day, can make or break your life, can make or break your trading day. Your thoughts are everything. Everything you know is inside your head. That's true. So if you think very deeply and you very believe in the success of yourself, in the ability for yourself to attract money, and the ability for yourself to do all sorts of things, wherever it may be, and you don't try and force it, chase it. You allow it to come to you through pure belief, pure just pure confidence in yourself, I guess you could say. But it goes further than just confidence. You can't just be confident. You have to truly believe on a subconscious level that it'll come to you. And when you can do that, it will. But you can do that and still be wrong. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I check off all those boxes, but I trade every day as if I don't really truly believe that, because I'm trying to force the outcome to come quicker so I can actually believe that it'll happen. But once you can believe that it'll happen without it actually happening, then it'll start happening, if that makes sense. So you have to allow the money to flow to you through manifestation in a calm mind. So, like I said, your thoughts manifest. Your thoughts manifest into reality. It happens way more than you think, and applied in the correct ways, it can be life-changing. I'm still working on, my process and all of this, and my way of getting things to come to me, but, I'm making these videos because I have an unwavering belief that it will come true, and I think that in the future that these videos can be helpful to people who might have been in the same spot as me. So that's why I'm making this video. That's why I made all my recaps. I'm gonna keep doing those, but pointing out mistakes is really important because I need to grow. But over the not even the weekend, but I just thought about, because I've been recording my trades now, and I've been just realizing it's just a whole lot of forcing things, right? Like I've been saying, forcing money out the market, forcing trades when they're not even right. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to trade at all. This is an opportunity you should be grateful. 100 years ago, nobody was able to do anything like this. But now you have the opportunity to get in and out of the market every day, participate, and even make life-changing money off of it. So there's no reason for you to force anything out of it. Rather, build the skills, build the mindset, and build the things you need for the money to come to you. Not build the things you need to go get the money. Build the things create the tunnel, create a slide, create a crack, a hole, make a door, something that the money can travel to you through. I just really just have had the wrong mindset, I feel, about this the whole time. And I think a shift in my perspective. I've always had this perspective, but you know, just putting it into actual practice, I feel, would be monumental to my trading. I truly do believe that, and I'm going to be practicing that throughout the week. My second realization I feel like I've had is that, I've already chosen the path of success. I kind of already explained this a little bit, but I'm going to keep going. I've already chosen the path of success, and I will reach it. So all I have to do is live life with pure authenticity and love, and let this success flow to me through the openings I've created. It's kind of just what I talked about, but I just have to live my life without a constant stress of the markets and time until I make it to where I'm free. It will come one day, and it will come when I'm ready. So I don't have to worry about the time and the date or anything like that, because I know it will come one day. You look into the future and you think, wow, well, at least I do. You look into the future and you think, that's so far, like I can't imagine being in that moment in that time. But here we are, April 24th, August 24th, and 8 months ago, I was getting my first payout, thinking that before graduation, I would be pulling up in like a Lambo or something. Come graduation, wasn't the case. So, what I'm trying to say is, time moves way faster than you realize sometimes, and trying to force things out of time will probably most likely have the opposite effect. Make it take way longer. So you just have to attract things to you. Don't go chasing after things. I feel like it's a really important lesson traders should learn. But now that we're done with that, let's go over the market today, what happened, what potential trades were good, why the things worked they did. And I did take a trade actually at 11.50. I don't know, I just kind of saw an opening, kind of went for it. But I trailed my stop, I de-risked, and I ended up, not losing any money on it. I'll explain it later, but let's take a look. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. So, open is right here. We're on the 5-minute chart. This is the 30-minute chart. I'll go into the hourly chart for this. So, if we just look on the hourly chart on the 6 o'clock candle, we can see, I can at least see a great setup heading into the open, into VWAP, paired with the 236 that you can't really see because the previous day high. I just moved it for tomorrow, but maybe I could put previous day low back to where it's supposed to be, but previous day low is right here. Anyways, let me just do that real quick. I'm going to move previous day high out because it's just in the way. So, boom into the 236, paired with VWAP on the hourly. Not so much on the 30-minute. 15-minute VWAP. 5-minute, not so much. But that's a great setup into the morning. And it's also a good setup because of the downwards momentum we've been carrying. Look at this. Look at this. We're in a downtrend still, okay? So today, again, I probably would have headed in with a bearish bias if I had traded this morning, which I didn't. I'll show you my executions to prove, I didn't trade in the morning. I told you to take this trade, but I'll talk about it in a little bit. So, boom. That setup causes price to go from the 236 all the way to this key level around 28,950. It really taps into that key level pretty perfect. And then that was our low of the day right there. So on the way down in the 1 minute, I know this is a pretty good setup right here. I like this strong rejection, wait a little bit, boom into the 9 EMA, and then continuation down to this key level. If we pair this with fib levels here, you can see going to the 382, set your stop above the 0.5, maybe the 618 because of volatility. And if you're feeling risky, could have put your take profit at the key level, and then that would have been a great trade, perfect trade. That's on the way down. And then you also could have maybe gone to this one, but this is all kind of 1 minute setups. And then volatility died off after here. Slow grind up to previous day low. And another setup going up, another great setup to the upside. It's right here. You know, bang, bang, target previous day high, previous day low, double bottom. You know, it would suck if you were like getting stopped out right there, but that's why you put your. That's why if you entered here, probably put your stop below 0.5, and then again, you put take profit at previous high or trail your stop, take profit previous day low. Another good trade to the upside. So I'd say 3 really good setups. Right, even before 9:30, I woke up at 9:30. And then the last kind of setup I saw, and then the trade that I ended up actually taking didn't really take the full take profit the way I wanted it to, but we see rejection, and then again, you could say this is like a double top. I know there's a word for this, SMT, and then ES didn't make it higher high, so you could say something like that. But another reason I took this setup was because we're back into VWAP on the hourly. Right here, 21 even, previous day low, and it just seemed like that downwards momentum had to continue. And then I noticed that, you know, rejection, strong reaction right here, and confirmation from these candles entered right here. And then I did have my target. I didn't have a take profit target. I kind of was just trailing my stop because I wasn't even supposed to trade today. So I was just de-risking as much as I could. I ended up getting stopped out right here, wicked out. I had my stop right here above the 236 in VWAP, and then boom, it took me out. And then, to no surprise, it continued a lot lower, till eventually closing right here, kind of halfway in this high to low range. Yeah, kind of near the, yeah, it closed right at the 0.5 actually. So textbook. And you know, there like I've mentioned many times, there are chances like this in the market every single day. Oh, and also this long that I mentioned earlier is also good because this previous high right there. But wait, let's mark our orb high, orb low, orb high. Okay, orb high, orb low is just the high and the lows of the day today. But yeah, honestly, that's all I gotta say for today. I have no expectations for tomorrow or overnight, but I plan on trading tomorrow, so I'll tell you how I did in my recap tomorrow. I want to really focus on getting into a good headspace before I trade tomorrow and just follow those rules that I just pointed out. And I do want to say right now, if we ever do tap into this level right here again, this is a huge I don't even know, support resistance area. You know, we have this order block right here. I don't use order blocks at all. I don't really listen to ICT concepts. I just follow what I know, but this is an order block for sure. So yeah, I could watch out for that, but we'll see how the overnight session goes, but it would be interesting to see if we can go back into this area. Strong area to watch, 245-ish, 43 240 to 235 to 245. Those 10-point area, strong areas of resistance. I think we got close to it here at 11:30, but that was previous day low mixed with that. I don't know, but okay, setups and psychology. Yeah, let's just magnetize those things towards us and stay consistent. That's all you really need to do for success. And although I'm not successful yet, only time will tell if I'm right or wrong. So yeah, thank you for watching if you did, and hopefully you learned something from this if you did watch it. But yeah, thank you.